Alright, so I got to apologise up front to these players. It's a Saturday when this video is getting uploaded. They're not that sloppy. These are mid-tier players. They're not as sloppy as our typical sloppy Saturday players, but I needed one more Saturday video before I move away from 2.9.8.1. So this is going to be my final Saturday upload on 2.9.8.1. So by the time this comes out, it'll be like November the 10th or something, and yeah, we'll have had the new patch for a while, so that's cool. But yeah, it takes a while to get through the replays, and unfortunately some of them are going to have to get thrown away. I thought this would be a cool one, because it's on Fedrid Folly, which is a map I really like, and it's Ordo Malleus versus Eldar. The Eversor Assassin versus the Farseer. So, let's see how it goes. Now you can see Guardians do beat IST straight up. Guardian DPS is much higher than the IST. These IST were kind of caught out of cover for a while as well. But IST rely on their bursty firing pattern to win. Currently the IST are in green cover and the Guardians are in yellow cover, which is actually helping the IST quite a lot. But the Eversor Assassin plus the Strike Squad they're going to beat Howling Banshees and Farseer. The Strike Squad needs to fight the Banshees though, not run past them and let them get free attacks. The Strike Squad at this point have lost like a third of their HP. Yeah, now they've got to get out of there. That was really bad play from Eversor Assassin. He's going to lose a Strike Squad model for that. You win that fight. Just forget the Farseer, ignore her because she doesn't bleed. Just melee the damn Banshees to death and then you can kill the Farseer afterwards. Really bad opening engagement there from Eversor Assassin. I mean, all around. Lost a model on the IST, lost a model on the strikes, and just soundly routed off the map. So double gens straight away for Eversor. Triple gens coming up for Inori. Not instantly. Goes for the double gens, gets a ranger out, and then drops the third one. No upgrades on any of the troops yet, but has the Fortune Armor on the Farseer. Now, with the Fortune Armor, I'm pretty sure the Banshees will win against the EA and the Strike Squad. Certainly without any buffs. You're gonna need... I mean, if you get the Chem Nades on the Eversor Assassin, you'll win basically any melee fight. Probably win even if she gets the Spirit Stone heal as well. But without that, I think... yeah, even with the upgrade on the Strike Squad, I'm pretty sure Fortune plus Guide on the Banshees and how much tankier the Farseer gets with this upgrade, the Farseer plus the Banshees will win. Certainly now the Banshees have the aspect as well. So the Strike Squad will succeed in forcing off the Rangers here, but man, look at that, that's unlucky. Oh god, Banshees in retreat as well. Guided Banshees, another Strike Squad model down. So far this game, we've lost 3 Strike Squad models. This is a really bad start for Eversor Assassin. He's got the Sin Skin body glove now, and you can see its power actually. He loses less HP when he activates Psychon, and Psychon's so good. The damage resistance. But fucking hell, the Banshees fling him around with some of their specials, and that is going to be a dead Eversor Assassin. Hypermetabolism, I believe, was used there to give him extra regen, but too late. Too late. You know, honestly, he was bleeding the Banshees quite a bit. But they were due to proc a special any second. He should have got out there while Psychon was active. Then he wouldn't take as much damage on retreat, because the extra damage you take on retreat from melee attacks is countered by the damage resistance buff of Psychon. Honestly, Eversor Assassin, this is not your game, buddy. This is not going well at all. This is a really bad opening start. I mean, none of those Strike Squad models deserve to have been lost. Never mind losing 3 of the fuckers. The EA shouldn't have gone down. So no extra gen yet for Eversor, which I guess makes sense if he wants to replace his EA, which he does. Operatives managed to snipe one of the Ranger models, but aren't able to finish the job because of the Farseer coming over. See Guide coming down to the Rangers, but pointless. The Strike Squad are actually out of the line of sight here. I'm really curious how the Strike Squad do against the Fortune Farseer. That's a fight I do want to see. But yeah, I think this fight is going to go terribly for the Grey Knights. Banshee's not level 2 yet, but they will be soon. I mean, look, just another Strike Squad dying. Ugh, this is not good. Honestly, right now, the Banshees are just killing everything. He needs as much anti-Banshee as he can get, and the strongest upgrade that you can get to deal with the Banshees is the Chem-Nades. You just throw them at your feet. They don't do friendly fire, as far as I'm aware. They never used to. I don't know if that's been changed. And then the debuffs it gives will basically guarantee that your Strike Squad and Eversor will win that fight. And then you'd stop bleeding every single engagement with your Strike Squad. The EA, certainly when he's got his Executioner pistol, wants to be hunting Guardians all game long. I mean, look at that. 2 little pew pew dead Guardian. Pew pew dead Guardian. Super strong. Nice banishment there from the Strike Squad. This is a dodgy engagement for the Banshees because they're fighting with the support of the Operatives. You can see those shotguns doing some great damage. Oh, man! This poor Grey Knight player. 2 more Strike Squad models going down. I feel like those model losses were pretty damn unlucky. At least one of them. And then Rangers over here trying to do something. Get beaten by the IST, and it looks like the Guardians were wiped by the Executioner pistol from the Eversor Assassin over this side. So, you know what? That wasn't the worst series of engagements for the Eversor Assassin. Bleeding these strikes is pretty fucking brutal, though. But the power spike that the Strike Squad get from getting their Justicar in Tier 2, it's better in terms of making the Strike Squad a melee combatant than the upgrade that the Banshees get in Tier 2. The Banshee Exarch is a good fighter. She has more HP than a normal Banshee, she does more damage. But the main buff she has is, with Aspect of Strength, she gives you heavy melee, so you can do a little bit of vehicle damage. And she makes your Banshees take 50% reduced range damage when they use Fleet. So it's mostly a really good upgrade to deal with ranged compositions. The Strike Squad, however, when they get the Justicar is better than a normal Strike Squad fighter. He does power melee, he does more damage, he's got more HP. But his buff is extra HP to all the other Strike Squad members, well, including the Justicar. That buff makes the Strike Squad so much more effective as fighters. Such that the Tier 2 Strike Squad with the Justicar will beat 1v1 the Banshees of same level. The problem right now is that the Strike Squad are level 1, so they actually will not be able to proc specials against the Banshees, because the Banshees and the Strike Squad have the same default melee skill. So if you get one level up, the other one can't get specials on you anymore, and that's huge in a melee fight. So we'll see. Certainly if these guys are the same level, the Banshees would lose, but I think actually being high level, the Banshees will win. So we're seeing right now how tanky the Fortune Farseer is. Look at this. She obviously has used Fortune on herself. Overstays her welcome though. I was going to say, especially with the Executioner pistol, able to do that really good damage in retreat using its ability Neurotoxin. That was just a mistimed engagement. Water Spider's trying to do their thing there, but problem is the Strike Squad, Bio Meltdown down on the Eversor Assassin. This is a bad fight for the Banshees, they're getting so low. Of course, Banshees have more models than Strike Squad, so they're taking more damage from the Bio Meltdown. Strike Squad need to get out as well, though. Strike Squad lose their Justicar and another model. Oh, but the Banshees get away with 1 HP. They wipe! They wipe from the damage over time from the Eversor Assassin. The Eversor Assassin is blown up then by the Water Spiders. I thought the Kinetic Pulse might have actually saved the Banshees there. Wow. Huge, huge kill for Eversor Assassin. Inori Beskar a little bit confused there what killed the Banshees, but of course the Bio Meltdown ability, the AoE damage it does around him, if it hits you, it does a little bit of a damage over time. So even though the Banshees were out of range of the Eversor Assassin himself there, they actually fell to the damage over time. They got so low. I'm liking these operatives. They're proving extremely effective at hunting down the Rangers. They just melt them so fast with their shotguns. And then they just get out of there. Very cool. Yeah, the Warp Spiders, they're an interesting purchase because they're very effective against the light infantry and the EA as well, but just not very good against the strike squads, and we've seen that in that engagement here. But the strike squad do have a heavy infantry armor, so that protects them against the piercing DPS of the spiders. But they were also in melee combat with the Farseer, so they were getting the range damage resistance as well. Honestly, I think this might actually be an instance where the Dark Reapers would have been better, but we'll see. I guess the problem is Dark Reapers are just slow. The Warp Spiders can keep hopping between these two areas, which is nice. Dark Reapers are very vulnerable to just being run down in melee by the Strike Squad. You see now, though, the problem with these Banshees. Look at this. So you got Neurotoxin weakening the Exarch, but look, the Strike Squad are tier 2. At tier 2, they're level 2. So the Banshees can't get any special attacks. So even with Fortune right there, they're just not that effective. It's kind of a shitty position actually for Inori losing the Handling Banshees there. I don't think, honestly, I would have replaced them. I don't think I would. IST doing glorious things on this side of the map, capping up the map. Level 3 IST, can you believe it? They must have killed a lot of rangers. Yeah, Singing Spear, nice, I like that. Spiders and Operatives are from this side duking it out. Only one model lost in the Operatives, so nothing crazy, but the Spiders obviously winning that fight. Yeah, I think relying on the tanky melee hero, Farseer, so to speak, is really nice actually. I like that a lot. I think I would have got that and an Autarch and Dark Reapers instead of the Spiders, and then, yeah, a Wraithlord. I think that's a decent composition. I feel like these Banshees are probably just gonna bleed. But we'll see. Once again, you see the Rangers really trying to weaken the Strike Squad, poke them down, but the Operatives just come out and threaten them. However, guided Warp Spiders gonna melt the Operatives. Rangers don't like this Eversor Assassin though. Oof. There's a lot of bleed coming down from both sides. Another Strike Squad model gone. I mean, God. Eversor Assassin must have spent easy 500 requisition on reinforcing Grey Knight models. Speaking of the Eversor Assassin, he's not in a good spot right now. Yeah, he needs to get out. He does. I think he'll be alright. Yeah. Wraithlord hits the field. Now, Eversor Assassin has played a very risky game here, choosing to tech tier 3, even though he's behind on VPs. So basically, there's nothing to contest this Wraithlord. He could get the Sergeant on the Operatives. I think he already has it. The Operatives are 4 models, right? I think, by default? I think so. So he has a Melter Bomb from the Sergeant, but obviously, a Melter Bomb in its own can't kill a Wraithlord. Bright Lance is already coming up for the Wraithlord. Perhaps Inori expects a Las Cannon Rhino. Bright Lance would be really effective at dealing with that, but instead it's going to be a Vortimer Razorback, so a better generalist option. I don't actually know if the Vortimer does more DPS than a Las Rhino. I would suspect it probably does, but the Las Rhino fires in bursts. The Las Rhino is a little bit faster as well, but the real value with the Vortimer Razorback is that it will kill the infantry as well, whereas the Las Rhino just does jack shit to the infantry. But yeah, you got Heavy Melee Banshees, Singing Spear Farseer, Bright Lance Wraithlord. Honestly, a Vortimer Razorback would be kind of tricky. You could probably tie up the Wraithlord a little bit with a Strike Squad, and there's no other ranged AV, so yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely doable. Melter Bomb on the Operatives. You can get a Melter Bomb accessory on the Eversor Assassin himself as well, so I think the Vortimer Razorback would have been a good choice, actually. We'll see what Eversor Assassin's going for, because he obviously cancelled that. He's not confident, given the Bright Lance. I guess there's a Haywire Grenade as well, actually, from the Warp Spiders. I forgot about that. Yeah, maybe that would have been a bad idea. I mean, it's so easy to Haywire the Vortimer, and then just run it down with the Wraithlord. And if it tries to run away, you've got the Bright Lance to kill it. So he's going to opt for Grey Knight Terminators instead. Grey Knight Terminators are power melee, they're not heavy melee, so Wraithlord will do very well against them. The Wraithlord will be super tanky. I'm not sure if the Wraithlord can actually 1v1 them. Even with them being power melee, the Grey Knight Terminators just do so much damage and are so tanky, but... Oh shit, look at this, level 3 Strike Squad. These Strike Squad will fuck up the Banshees. Eversor Assassin should not be running away. He can beat these guys up easy. Level 3 versus level 1. This isn't even a contest. Yeah, they back out. But the problem for the Terminators is they are going to take forever to kill the Wraithlord. They can get a Psy Cannon upgrade as like a sidearm, and they could technically stand in range stance and shoot them with a Psy Cannon, which would be okay. But Terminators are slow. Now I've got double Walt Spiders. Okay, well this actually is great for the Terminators, because Walt Spiders basically do nothing to Terminators. Walt Spiders do a lot of damage, but since it's all piercing, against super heavy infantry, that damage is not great. Psy Cannons are on the way for the Terminators. I mean, it says Psy Cannons, but it should just be Psy Cannon. It's not plural, there's only one Psy Cannon. Strike Squad are retreating out again. I don't know why. Why are the Strike Squad leaving? They can probably kill the Walt Spiders and the Howling Banshees. Maybe I'm overestimating them. Be a tough fight. Oh! Eversor Assassin caught in retreat there by the Wraithlord. That's not good. Let's see how this fight goes then. Oh yeah, this is not going well for the Terminators. I mean, you can see it's a pretty close fight. Needs the Melter Bomb to help out from the operatives. He should be using his Sanctify Global to give him itself energy back. Throw some fucking Melter Bombs on this thing. But now Fortune has been cast onto the Wraithlord. There could be a guide if she sticks around for much longer. Yeah, this is just a bad fight. Oh my god. Terminator falls to the Wraithlord. Where are the Melter Bombs? What is he doing? Oh, there it is. There it is. There's no more anti-vehicle here. This is not good. Yeah, this Wraithlord's a problem. Oh man. He needed the Melter Bomb from the operatives way sooner, and he needs Melter Bombs on the Eversor Assassin as well. That spike damage would have probably been enough. Now he's sort of shown his hand, and Inori knows what's going on. He knows that there's not really any serious anti-vehicle right now. Eversor Assassin lacks the resources to reinforce his termies. Okay, finally he's going to get some. My god, nearly losing his IST in the process. He didn't finish reinforcing his Terminators. This is a mistake. Very protective over his power, but he's got a decent amount of power right now. God, look at the splash damage from the Terminators on those Banshees, Jesus. Crikey, that is a lot of bleed for Inori. Inori's going tier 3 themselves, have enough red for an Eldritch, combine that with the Time Field and the Farseer, that could be pretty brutal. Could get the Seer Council. Be fucking risky though. Seer Council dealing with the splash damage of these guys is... yeah, scary. I probably would not get the Seer Council. This would actually be an amazing time to have tier 3 Dark Reapers. If anyone was wondering what the applications of such a unit would be, perfect time for Inori to get tier 3 Dark Reapers. Tier 3 Dark Reapers are a hypothetical concept that I've been advocating for. Basically, really, well, just more powerful, more expensive Dark Reapers. Because I think Dark Reapers are kind of shit in tier 2 now. Fire Prism, I mean, there's no hard AV on the field, but this map's really shit for Fire Prisms, to be honest. There's so many line of sight blockers here, like if the Fire Prism's here, you just wait here. And then if the Fire Prism's here, you just wait around the corner here, you know what I mean? And the Fire Prism doesn't actually do very good DPS against Terminators either, so... this is tricky. At the very least, he should definitely get the Wraithbone upgrade on his Wraithlord. Let it heal up a lot easier. Yeah, he's gonna go for Seers. You see, even the Avatar, so you get this this big, spooky super unit that fights you in melee. But it just gets wrecked by the Grey Knight Terminators. In fact, the Grey Knight Terminators really wreck the Avatar because they do 25% more damage to demons, and the Avatar counts as a demon. So he would melt. And what you get the Avatar, and he gives 30% damage resistance and damage to your nearby troops. Like, well, spiders already don't do any damage to Terminators. And the Banshees, yeah, you can give them 30% more damage resistance, they're still going to get wrecked. So this is part of the problem with the Eldar tier 3, but let's see how Seer Council do. I mean, look, Banshee, Seer Council, Farseer, Wraithlord, all of them together will kick the shit out of the Terminators. There is no doubt about it. But the problem is that you're not just dealing with the Terminators. And right now, the Wraithlord is half HP as well. I don't know why. Oh, the Eldritch! The Eldritch! The Eldritch is going to hit the Wraithlord! Oh my god, no! No! The Wraithlord got a special attack as well. Push the Terminators away. And the Terminators basically dodged the Eldritch because of the special. The Wraithlord is now stunned in place. There is a bio meltdown from the Eversor Assassin, which leaves the Banshees with only one model. And the Terminators are now going to work away at finishing off the Wraithlord. Can they kill it? There's no repair support. Another special from the Wraithlord, one dead Terminator, but the Terminators do manage to kill the Wraithlord. Can they get out of there in time? They need to teleport away. They do. Wait. Where are the Seers? No, where are the Seers? Did the Seers come out here and died? To the bio meltdown? What the fuck? Where are the Seers? Are they in the gate? And this is like a graphical bug? No, they've got to be in the gate. They can't have come out and died. There's only Banshees here. Seers wouldn't die to bio meltdown like that. They're too tanky, right? What is going on, guys? Where are the Seer Council? Fuck, you guys can go back. I can't. What happened? Only 130 VPs for Eversor Assassin, 2-0 cap. The Seer Council are there, they were in the Weber Gate. It was a graphical bug. I don't know why they didn't come out earlier. Might have actually had a good chance at killing the Grey Knight Terminators. Well, you know, micro mistakes, they do happen. Strike Squad and the IST going to be going over to the east side. Going to contest this VP. Banshee's there to try and stop them. Strike Squad just need to get stuck in. They're not full HP, but they're level 4, so they should still win. Maybe. Not full HP. It's probably going to come down to specials. Will the Strike Squad proc them? Yeah, they're getting good specials. Yeah, they're thrashing them. Alright, well, Eversor Assassin needs to get onto that ASAP. What's going on over here? What was that? I don't know what that was. Was that hypermetabolism once again on the Eversor Assassin? I've seen some marker that I wasn't familiar with. We've seen the Holocaust ability coming out from the Terminators, levitating the Seer Council. And yeah, this is what I mean, like the Seer Council, oh my god, they're going to die to the Psycannons and Stoneballers. Yikes! Jesus! Grey Knight Terminators, kicking ass. It's a good job these Terminators can't level up. Can you imagine if they could? Wow. Well, the problem right now for Eversor Assassin is the VPs. He's taking his sweet time. Strike Squad are going down to the natural. He's finally caught the contested, and his own natural is being captured by the operatives, whilst the Terminators are just soloing. Farseer manages to kill one with a singing spear. Go on, Farseer. Do the Terminators have a teleport? They do. Strike Squad might be able to finish off the spiders here. They need to get out of there. Yeah, they're going to teleport forward. Reapers are now on the field. There shouldn't really be anything to stop the... Wait, what? Oh, that was the flashbang grenade from the retreating operatives. That might have been the icon earlier, I'm not sure. Yeah, Strike Squad needs to just tie up the Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers so vulnerable to melee attacks, as you're about to witness. Especially level 1 Dark Reapers versus level 4 Strike Squad. Ugh, look how fast they die. Wrecked. Not good. Especially that Justicar doing power melee. The problem for Eversor Assassin, and I think he's lost it, he didn't finish this cap. And now the Banshees come out, route the IST, gets this cap, and that should be GG basically. Like he's winning the fights, and objectively his army right now is so much better than Inori's, but I think he's going to lose on VPs. No, wait! Inori! You're not capping! Brother Inori, why are you not capping with your warp spiders? Brother Inuri's mouse has gone! He's having mouse issues right now! No, the worst time for mouse issues! He needed to cap! He'd have already captured this VP! Oh my goodness, he'd have caught the VP, and then all he needs to do is defend the VP from these operatives, and he'll win via the 2-to-1 cap. What's going on? He's moving his Banshees off! Is the mouse working or not? What is going on? Inori having the worst... I mean, talk about the worst time ever to be experiencing mouse issues. There are only 17 VPs left for Eversor Assassin, but Eversor Assassin still has Grey Knight Terminators. They're going to be fully healed up and ready to go very soon. And look, when the Grey Knight Terminators come out again, there's fuck all to deal with them. They're way too strong. Like, level 2 Banshees, level 1 Dark Reapers, good luck. All he has to do is hold these VPs. I mean, okay, Inori has 200 VPs to play with, but I think it's going to be a really tough situation for Inori to be able to deal with. The strike squad constantly harassing this side point is going to be a pain in the fucking ass because they can basically solo 2 of the Eldar squads at once. Let's see. An attempted bio meltdown there from the Eversor Assassin. Pretty desperate, to be honest. I don't really know why he did that. That was not necessary. Yeah, I should have set it up with a smoke grenade from the operatives first so they couldn't just shoot him to death. Farseer is going to get slain by the Terminators. Inori just needs to get something on the point to cap. Farseer should not have been caught in melee like that. She should have teleported out ages back. Okay, Banshees coming out of the gate now. Oh, Strike Squad were attacking the gate, not the Banshees. So the Strike Squad are dead. Well, they're not dead, but they need to get out of there. Terminators, obviously, get rid of the Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers kind of just bait there, because now this gives an opportunity for Inori to get in and get the cap onto the VP. Now, yeah, what Inori needs to do... Oh my god, an orbital bombardment's coming in. This game's ridiculous. I was going to say Inori needs to flank around here, so when the Terminators come to capture this VP... Boom, spiders teleport on here and catch this VP. I mean, this is a little game of cat and mouse right now. Terminators need to turn around, teleport over here, and stop these warp spiders. Whilst the operatives get onto the VP on that side and capture back the natural. Banshees need to ignore the Terminators and stop the operatives from capturing over there. Okay, warp spiders, you've done the job. Teleport out. Good. Is that an incendiary or a smoke? It's an incendiary. Attack Reaper's coming out of the gate. I didn't even know there was a gate there, but a micro misclick from Inori, and he actually retreats his Dark Reapers. And the Banshees are just sent to their death against Terminators. That's obviously a mistake. The Warp Spiders killed him, retreat by the Terminators. IST have come back down here. They're going to go for the cap on the point. They can't get it because of the Farseer, but it is a 0 cap. And Inori basically has no units there. Lost their final Warp Spiders, lost their Banshees. Inori clearly overwhelmed by the amount of micro going on right there. I mean, that was, I think, quite winnable. If the Banshees went over here, forced off the operatives, caught that point, well, you had a 2-to-1 cap then, and there was only 8 VPs left for Eversor Assassin, so... Yeah, I think that would have been it, but... Unfortunately now, I really don't see how Inori can win this. These Terminators... Look, the Terminators really struggle to deal with the Wraithlord, but they're a tier 3 unit in spite of that for a reason, and I hope you guys see why. Once you have critical mass of AV, so that you don't have to worry about things like Wraithlords, Grey Knight Terminators are just fucking mental, because they annihilate all the infantry options that the opponent can go for. But there you go. It's going to be a victory for the Eversor Assassin in spite of the fact that he only had 8 VPs left. I love to see some Modern Malleus in 1v1, I really do. Grey Knight Dreadnought turns up at the end. Probably going to be talking about the glory days, how he fought the Eldar. I don't even know if he shot at 1. But that's the victory. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like the video and leave a comment, because that'll boost us in the algorithm. We'll get more views. I need more of those injured viewers to find the videos, and I don't think they know about it. If you do enjoy it and you want a little bit more of this kind of thing, then you can venture on over to Patreon, and for a measly $5 one-time purchase, you get access to my entire backlog of Patreon exclusive videos, so then you can binge watch them. But if you want to help me long term, you know, you can keep the monthly payment, which would be, let's face it, much more valuable to me, so I would appreciate that, and you'll get regular podcasts every 2 weeks that nobody else gets access to. You lucky devil. Anyway, that is all from your boy STD today. Hope you guys did enjoy this not so sloppy, but still kind of sloppy Saturdays. Torpid out.